Hello there guys, it's Stephen here back with another video, and it's that time of the day. 5 things learned from Manchester City's absolutely comprehensive 4-1 trashing of Sean Dyche's Burnley. Oh, it was sweet. It was absolutely lovely stuff to watch. Go watch my match reaction video if you haven't. But before you do that, make sure you hit pause on this video and download OneFootball. It's a wonderful app that continues to sponsor and support my channel. It's fantastic. I've been using it for like 2 years now. Loads of Manchester City goodness. You can deep dive into all the stats from last night's game and get updated constantly about Manchester City news as and when it happens. So you can look down on your phone, see the news, and not worry about anything else. It's fantastic. Go download it in the link in the description below. Thank you, OneFootball, for supporting me. Today, guys, we're going to talk about Manchester City because that was good last night. Oh, it was so good. As I've said, I've already kind of eulogised for 10 minutes straight about the game last night. Go check out that and then come back to this video, or check that out afterwards, because the two are independent, really. But today, I'm going to look at 5 particular things that stood out for me because there was lots of talking points for this, but I pulled out some ones that I thought were particularly notable. I'm going to start with Rodri. Wow, absolute wow. What a performance from Rodri. That was absolutely sensational stuff. And do you know why that felt so good? It's because we saw the signs of a potential leader. Let me just find these quotes from the game from last night. But what I really liked is how he isn't giving up on anything. He's so confident that when someone said, what chance does City have of retaining the title? And he said, all of it. And he put simple as that, and he put, yep, simple as that. I love that kind of killer mentality, and he's shown signs of that before as well. And what I liked about his performance last night is that he was the one driving the team forward. Now, I think recently Rodri hasn't been that great, and that's not an unfair criticism. It's genuinely been a guy a little bit out of form, which is understandable. Now, in general, when you're a new signing, you tend to kind of go up and down in form. That's understandable. That happens. New signings can come in with loads of energy, start great, then they can drop a little bit when they start to realise some bits don't kind of work or whatever, as he bed into, especially with the weather in Manchester as well, as he bed into life in Manchester, he can hit the form a little bit because they're not used to it. And also he had an injury as well, and the team wasn't playing that great. But last night we saw a man back to his imperious best, and it made me think this guy could be at the heart of our midfield for like 10 years. He's that good potentially. It wasn't just his closing down, it's the way he used the ball. He was winning the ball really high up the pitch, but then linking up with the forwards and the wingers really well. And that goal as well was the perfect, beautiful icing on the cake. He hit that ball so hard. As Sterling said, if he'd connected with Sterling's face, he would have been back in Jamaica. He absolutely walloped it. What a goal, and it shows us so much more to this player than meets the eye. He isn't simply just a destroyer, he's a footballer as well, which is great. I also love his quotes, as I've said. He's got like captain potential. His English is excellent. He's obviously very intelligent. He's got the kind of intelligence that managers love because he understands positional awareness, he understands his role in the team, he understands how to say things at the exact right moment. And I've never felt more confident that we potentially do have Fernandinho's long-term successor here. What a player. What a beautiful man Rodri is. Other than that, Jesus rises. I couldn't resist the pun below me. Fantastic. What more can we say about that? He needed that game last night. He needed that big performance, and he absolutely shone. Now, we all know how good Gabriel Jesus can be when he's on form, but he hasn't really ever had the run of games to prove he can be on number one. He can be frustrating. I can get frustrated sometimes when he's constantly offside or where he looks kind of very meek in front of goal. He's obviously a very emotional person in general, Gabriel Jesus. Pep's pointed out before that he tends to play better when he's got family around him. When they come to visit him in England, he looks a lot more at home, which suggests to me that he's a home comforts kind of guy, which suggests to me that he's an emotional person and his confidence can fluctuate. I know how he feels. Like, personally, I'm quite an emotional person. Like, I'm so much better when I'm not missing people, like family. I'm so much better in general when I've got people around me that I care about. It's human nature to be like that. And Gabriel Jesus is very much that kind of person. So I think he's the kind of person where basically his form can be shifted if he doesn't feel valuable or wanted. And when he starts as a number 9 for the team, he's notably more confident and he's notably more involved in the game. And when he does something as good as that first goal last night, magnificent, genuinely magnificent. That's the kind of thing you expect from a Brazilian number 9. And it was obvious how much his confidence absolutely rocketed after that. He was trying things he wouldn't usually try, and he's a very good footballer. Now, no one can ever possibly replace Aguero for what Aguero is. Aguero is fantastic, but Gabriel Jesus could be his own man. He's a different footballer to Aguero, but he's also a very special footballer, like Sergio Aguero. I'm not saying he'll reach those levels, but give him a chance and you never just know. The quality of the goals last night, the way he works the line, the way he can drop a shoulder in tight spaces, a fantastic footballer who deserves our respect. Thirdly, Angelino, I just want to talk about Angelino briefly. Now, I don't think for 1 second Angelino's performance was outstanding. I thought it was good. It was solid. It was exactly what I wanted from a left back at the moment. Now, Manchester City's Achilles heel has always been our left back slot. You go through the years, and we've never been quite as good at left back. Go back as far as like Clichy and Kolarov. They were good, but they weren't like top class like Zavaleta was or whatever. We've always been good. Left back's always been okay. And then we've had obviously we've had Del play there due to injuries. We've had Zinchenko, who was a midfielder, playing at left back. We had Mendy, who got an injury. We've just always had a bit of a problem at left back in general. It's been a very difficult position for us. Through unfortunate circumstances and through age and time, it's just one of those things. But it was just good to see last night an actual left back play and look actually comfortable there, knowing his actual role, doing things that you'd expect from an actual fullback. I know it sounds weird, but Mendy obviously is one of those as well, but he's just not quite there in terms of trusting his body. And we saw last night a fullback who just knew where to be, when to be there, and he was fit and capable and can get up and down the line constantly all night. I love Zinchenko, but he's never been a left-back in my humble opinion. He can play there and he will play there and he will improve. But it was good last night to see players who aren't injured playing in their exact roles where they should be. And Angelino, to me, typified that. Angelino's a good footballer. Could he be world-class? Maybe not. But what I do know is he's better than he was last night as well. Last night, I think he earned and deserves a chance to show that he could be a lot better than we realise he is in general. He's a good footballer. He loves this club. Give them another go. It shows the value of players in their position and what they can do if they're there. Also, Silva's goal, as we all know, I thought David Silva, and also Bernardo Silva actually, but this is about David Silva. I thought Silva showed that if you give him a chance to rest and give him a chance to get his form back, David Silva can be absolutely excellent still. There is life in the old dog yet. Last night he was imperious. He glided across that pitch. He dragged Burnley all over the pitch. And he was a big part of why we were so good last night. Still, David Silva, when he turns up, is still probably our most important player. If David Silva turns up, the rest of the team turn up. I genuinely believe that. He has this kind of ability just to kind of really control games that no one else really does. I know he's old, but he's an old man now. I know he's getting on, and I say that as he's the same age as me. I don't feel old. Weird that, innit? But anyway, I know he is. But he's still worth persevering with every now and then. I just hope we find a way to rest him every now and then to maximise his energy and maximise his capabilities, because as we saw last night, he's a fantastic footballer when he's given a chance to be. And we don't want to burn him out. We don't want him to play every week. Rotate him with Foden every now and then. Start Foden instead. Just keep him fit, keep him fresh, and we'll see the best of David Silva until he goes at the end of the season, because he's a fantastic player. Finally, keep this 11, at least for the weekend, or something close to this 11. I suspect there will be changes, and a lot of people I know would bring in Stones, Ross and Mendy, but I think there's a lot to be said for consistency. We changed our team an awful lot in general. I think against United, I would like to see this team that played so well tonight just be rewarded with another start, because I think they've earned it. Even Otamendi, I know he's inconsistent, but I thought he played pretty well last night in general. Stones isn't in great form either, so I'd rather just stick with what we know because it worked. And I think that's a very simple premise, but sometimes the obvious solution just stares you in the face and says, choose me. And I think that's what we should do. Kyle Walker as well, I'd stick with him. Angelino, I'd stick with him. Rodri, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, I'd stick with that. I think it was really noble last night how much quicker we moved the ball when Ilkay Gundogan isn't there. Gundogan is a good footballer, but I thought last night we looked a lot more balanced. I thought the team looked a lot more front-footed in general, and I think that was notable. So don't change anything on that front. I think Bernardo Silva as well started to show some signs of finding his old self with a lovely assist. He even put the defender on his arse a couple of times. In general, I think we can overthink things at times, and that's what made Guardiola great. But last night showed signs of the Manchester City from 17-18 and 18-19 that we absolutely love. It was very much first season kind of Manchester City. Not first season, well, Centurion season Manchester City. And that's the kind of thing we should harness, because we saw the ball moving quicker again. We saw pressing, we saw directness, we saw that identity that we've known to grow and love. I want this Manchester City to carry on playing that way. As I said last night on the video, that I don't mind if we don't win the league this season, as long as we carry on playing this way. I've accepted and made my peace for this season, maybe not being quite successful as others, but I want to see that football at very least. That is the minimum requirement. And last night, that 11 showed exactly how good they can be. And it showed Manchester City as a Manchester City team. Recently, it's felt like watching some team do an impression of Manchester City, but this was actually Manchester City. I just realised I've not even touched my brew in front of me. That's how much I feel passionately about this point. Keep this 11. Go to United and batter them. Well, get United to come to us basically and batter them, because I want to send a message that City aren't going to roll over and be a meek version of themselves this season. We had a blip, definitely, but fingers crossed this Manchester City's back now and this 11 can do the job. Anyway, guys, that is just 5 things that I took personally from this game. There's absolutely loads more to talk about, as I'm sure you all know. Rodri, absolutely imperious, showed signs of being a leader, showed signs of how good he can be, and I loved his aggressive press in Burnley's half. Gabriel Jesus, fantastic. A glimpse, potentially, of post-Sergio Aguero life. Angelino, solid, reliable, and how much we've basically dreamt of that at left back for a while. David Silva continues to be absolutely quality, and this 11, keep it. Guys, let me know what you thought about the game. Go and check out my match reaction. Make sure you download One Football because it's a fantastic app, I promise you. Like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff if you're new to this channel. I'm Stephen. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button. For now, I'll see you very soon.